Welcome everyone to a new episode of Musiccast, the music podcast where we don't really talk about music, but why these songs are so amazing. And actually, today, when you're hearing this is the season finale of the first season of Musiccast. And before introducing him, just wait for a little moment. Okay. Remember to follow us in our social media. We have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, maybe LinkedIn, maybe not. Maybe for season 2 we have a LinkedIn. Who knows? And we also have a couple of Spotify playlists, Musiccast playlist with all the songs that we're going to mention today, plus all the other ones, different episodes. And you actually been here before, and I'll talk about that. And we have Music Mornings, which is the playlist that I use every day on my way to work. It's very crazy, have all kind of genres, you can imagine. También recuerden que los jueves a las 7:30 tenemos músicas en español. Entonces, bueno, si son bilingües y por alguna razón están aquí y quieren escuchar esta locura en español, vayan para allá los jueves a las 7:30. So, for the season finale, and we're actually here, I decided to bring you a friend that I actually met online, and I mentioned this, is Sir Huston Pullen. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, man. Finally.
I know, finally.
Here in the set of Musiccast.
Here we are. Wow.
Life is complicated sometimes.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's amazing how, wow. So this is where the magic happens.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for being here.
Yeah.
I have to give you the honor of being the season finale. Because, yeah, I mean, you're actually part of the team when I started to do podcasting.
Mm-hmm.
You were already here, and as you were coming to stay here at this place, at my home, I say, hey, why not? I think it's a good way to end the circle, at least for this season. And it goes away the little chow. It fell on the floor. I'm sorry, guys.
Poor
Here you go,
Chow.
buddy.
Poor Chow.
Yeah. He's fine. All right. So, what's up with you? What's up with you? Any new?
Oh, man. It has been such a crazy time with...
Yeah, you're in Miami for the first time.
Oh, my goodness. What a trip. What a trip. Everything I've ever heard from you about Miami,
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were overstating. Now I'm kind of starting to think you were understating.
It's kind of an unspoken rule that we have to say crazy stuff, but nothing like way too crazy, because if not, people are not coming.
True. That's a true statement.
It is an interesting city. That's what I like to say.
That's a good way of putting it.
Oh yeah. Oh god. But I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. And we're going to the Keys, and then we're going to, well, you don't want to try the Miami coffee, the Cuban coffee, because you don't drink coffee.
I don't drink coffee.
Difficult to accept.
I'm a difficult person. What can I say?
Yeah, you are, but I am too. I tell you what. Would you like to talk about my song, or would you like to talk about your song? Because I know you have something planned.
Oh, I have something very special planned.
Oh my god.
But I think we should talk about yours first, just because,
Okay.
it's I'll, let you go first.
Okay. Perfect. So I decided to end the season for you with one of the guys that I think is very controversial. A comedian and musician.
Okay.
His name is Minchin. He's Australian. Although his major famous or rise to the fame was in UK. And the song that I chose is called If You Really Love Me. It's from his album So Fucking Rock. It's his first album, and then I think he got it in 2012, and then he did it in 2013, something like that, but around there.
Okay.
I discovered it because I was looking for new stand-up comedians, which I like comedians that go a little beyond, that political correctness and all. You have that, that I have a particular point of view with political correctness and what people may say dark humor. But it's fun. It's fun.
here's the thing. It can be fun. Yes.
Yeah, because I believe, and I'm going a little bit of sideways on this one, but I believe the thing with humor is that there are certain things that probably you cannot really make a joke of,
Right.
but almost everything. And not always the joke is actually what people think. You really
Right.
have to understand where the joke is coming from and what it's going to.
Right.
Sometimes
Right.
people think, oh no, you're laughing at death. And not necessarily. You have to hear the whole joke.
Right.
It kind of reminds me, but that's why I like to go with dark humor, because it can make you think what you're really laughing off.
Mm-hmm.
And he likes to do this. In this case, not this song. This is a romantic song, but I wanted to mention that.
Oh, it's a romantic song.
It's a very romantic song.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see how this goes.
And I think it goes good with Miami as well. Because it's romantic, it's unexpected, it's a little psychotic.
That sounds like you.
That's why I like it so much. I like to sing this song to my wife. She enjoys part of the song, others not so much. But I'll tell you what, we're doing something. I'm not gonna go really crazy. Let's go listen to the song,
Okay.
and you'll tell me what you think.
Sure.
All
Let's
right.
go.
Everybody, this is the good time to get a good pair of headphones and listen to If You Really Love Me by Teen Minchin. If you cannot find it, remember it's on the playlist of Musiccast playlist. And we'll be right back. All right. And we're back. And we're actually back.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
I really want to know your reaction. Let me see.
Wow.
You sound like Owen Wilson.
Wow.
Wow.
You have to do the lip step.
Okay.
Wow. That was interesting.
It is.
That was a really wow. It was a very interesting song. I did not see it going that way. But based on what you had done, for the preamble to kind of lead up to it, I guess I should have seen it going a certain way. And it's you.
Yep.
So I should have. I knew I should have, but I didn't prepare myself. So
Kind of
that's
your
where I'm
kind of your trip to Miami.
it's
You had something to prepare, you still ignored to do it, and here you are.
I still think that I really underestimated what you had said. But anyway, and I feel like you understated it heavily. No, and it's the same with this song, right?
Mhm.
I didn't know what to expect with this song.
It is a romantic.
You get, yeah, it is. I do think, one of the things about a song like this, if you were to play something like that in the United States versus the United Kingdom, it would be panned heavily.
Yeah.
Heavily.
He actually did a couple of shows, just like 2 shows here in the United States. They were not well accepted.
Oh, I would imagine not.
And I will show you a little bit in some point. He actually talked about that situation.
Really?
Yeah, and it's a shame because I would really like to watch him live. Because he's a guy who's playing the piano.
Yeah. No, I mean, he sounds like there is definitely comedy.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't. Anybody who ever would
my
say
God.
that that's not comedic.
Yeah, no, it's definitely comedy. Probably not for everyone, but
No, I mean, I think, and we had a conversation about this offline a little bit, is that cancel culture aspect, right? We've kind of gotten into a really interesting phase in our, I guess, history. Every moment is passing history, right? Where a lot of things get canceled out because of political correctness, because of the perceptions of others. And while there's definitely validity in some of the things that are out there, I feel like course correcting to the point of over course correcting, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes things like this like scarce, even though it's supposed to be in.
And this is the PG-13 one.
Oh, wow. Well, so even if somebody were to listen to the PG-13 one, they would still, you know, there are people who would definitely go, oh my goodness, right? Yeah. And that's something that, you know, and then you got the people who go, oh, you have to have a tough skin. No, but I mean, different people have different, right? Everybody's different.
As you're saying, because in the UK, probably it's not that big deal.
Right.
Than here. So the cancel culture and political correctness, it actually goes with the geographical point that you are in this world.
Right. Exactly. So I thought it was an interesting song, and you're right. You know, my first trip to Miami, there was a lot in that song that made me go, I see why he picked this.
Yeah, told you.
But it was definitely an interesting song.
Now I will show you more about this comedian, a musician. Believe me, it's coming your way. This is just like a warning.
Oh my goodness. No, that's funny. That is funny.
I'll see how much. I just want you in the next couple of weeks as I'm sending this, you'll tell me like, whoa, this one was too much. I hope to get that point. Let's see how far we go. Anyway,
here we go.
That was my song. That was my part. My season is over.
Oh wow.
Let's go with you.
Hold on, take it in a moment. Take it in.
22 episodes, I believe.
Wow.
In English.
You know, the podcast that I'm a part of, you know, that the other one that we're also a part of, you know, it's been going strong for almost a year.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's amazing how time flies when you're having fun. Mm-hmm. And MusicCast, which, by the way, thank you again for having me back. I'm honored to be your season finale for this season. But with that said, we're going to take a much different turn of pace because last time I was here, I made mention of a song, but I have something for you today too.
Okay, let's see.
I talked about this piece last time, and we've spoken about it before. A piece that I hold very near and dear to my heart called "Tears" by David Maslanka.
Right.
And it's a song that back in high school, when I was in my wind ensemble in high school, we played it. And it wasn't just like any song. It was a masterpiece. It was beautiful. And when I went to my master music program, I was going to be so disappointed if I went through that program and didn't actually get to perform this.
Right.
So I begged my professor, and he actually rented the parts because you can't buy them. You can only rent them. But this song has such meaning because, to me, it represents a lot. It represents hope in times of darkness because that's something that you know, we all go through. We all suffer through. And I've listened to this song many times over the years because it is a great piece. And, you know, and I actually had the chance to talk with David Maslanka.
With the composer.
With the composer.
Okay.
Ahead of actually performing it. He's no longer with us. So I considered it a great honor that I got to speak with him ahead of this. And, you know, this piece actually, you know, he talked me through what his motivations were and whatnot. And there's actually a program note that that's written about it. And I wanted to read it because it's actually by him. So I thought it might be good to read this so that way everybody can hear what, in Maslanka's own words, what he says about it.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead.
Sure. The title "Tears" came from reading the novel Manu by the African writer Amadou Koruma. His story tells of the destruction of a traditional African culture by European colonization. The native peoples were made to endure the Manu the insults, outrages, trials, contempts, and humiliations of colonialism. My reading of the book was the external motivation for composing the piece, but I don't know anyone in Africa directly. I have come to understand that fascination with something in the external world means that a thing deep inside me has been touched. So the piece is about something in me. Over the years, my music has acted as a predictor for me. It gives me advanced nonverbal messages about things inside me that I don't understand yet. Movements of my unconscious that are working their way towards the light. Tears finally is about inner transformation and about groping toward the voice of praise. St. Francis and St. Ignatius have said that the proper function of the human race is to sing praise. Tears is about inner breaking and coming to terms with the pain that hinders the voice of praise. Tears is about the movement toward the heart of love. Powerful.
It is.
And it kind of sets the stage of what you're going to listen to as you listen to this. But I actually have even more of a surprise.
Okay.
Instead of just listening to it, I actually have the recording of me performing it with the Azusa Pacific University Wind Ensemble in October of 2015.
Okay, we're going to watch you.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and allow you the chance to watch it right now.
Perfect. Everybody out there, this is the time to get a good pair of headphones, and if you need glasses, a good pair of glasses, and enjoy Tears by
David Maslanka.
And directed by
Huston, Poland.
Nice. And we'll be right back, guys. Enjoy. Wow, we're back. We're back, and it is a trip. It is it's a trip. I actually really like the piece that you read, right? But the first thing that came to mind was the Divine Comedy by Dante Alighieri. Because it starts really slow, dark, and you're going through like a dark moment. And it kind of reminded me the novel. You're going through hell, and in some point, little by little, you're ascending to heaven, or in this case, a lighter place in your life. But it ends in the same way. This time, you're not with fear, but this time you're with peace. That's how I felt it.
So it's interesting. So, oftentimes what happens with musicians in wind ensembles and symphony orchestras, conductors, they hear music in colors.
Okay.
So they'll hear music in certain colors. But with this piece, and I actually said this to Mr. Maslanka, I told him that I see things in more of a visual, like a place. Like, let me explain. So when it opens, it kind of feels like it's like in a swamp. Like it's kind of dark, foggy. You don't know like
the Everglades.
What's happening. Oh, there you go. But you don't know what's happening. Like it's just kind of like eerie. Like the air is still and it's really eerie. You don't know what's happening. And then as it's starting to progress, it's almost like a storm is rolling in. Right. And you have the storm that's coming, and trees thrashing, water flying, wind.
Hurricane.
Like it's just exactly. Oh my gosh, this is fun.
It's Miami.
And dark clouds in the sky. It's just completely covered. But then it stalls, and it's almost like the clouds break, and you see the sun. So like hope, and that's where you hear that horn, the call with the horn that you actually hear later in the piece too. But as that happens, night begins to fall, and the section that was kind of like a dance was actually called the Moon Dance.
Oh, okay.
And it's very light beat. It moves. Everything is on off beats. So conducting
I can tell that. I can tell that. Yeah.
Conducting it was kind of an interesting thing. But then it just keeps going. And it gets to a point where it almost feels like you're on a rapid ride, where it's dun 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 dun. Like that feels almost like you're in rapids, like in a canyon. So to me, that's kind of what it feels like, and it just keeps going and going and going, and it gets faster and faster, and you can feel the suspense building, and then finally, what I call the sand blast. So
Okay.
right when you have the callback with the horn, but it's much bigger,
Bigger. Mm-hmm.
I feel like you're kind of in a desert with nothing but sand blowing around you, and
In the middle of a sandstorm.
in the middle of a sandstorm in a desert, and it's just hills of sand, and
Yeah.
you're like trying to drudge through it, and it's almost like again, it's sunny outside and whatnot, but the sand is blasting at you,
Mm-hmm.
and you feel like all this pressure is against you,
Right.
but you're still persevering through it.
Okay.
But then it kind of, like I said before, it ends the way it begins, because then that starts slowing. Everything is calm. It's like you're going back into a forest,
Right.
back to the calm
same
water, like
swamp,
swamp and whatnot. And that's kind of how it ends. So it's like this, I don't know. That's how I would describe it. And I actually described it to him that way.
What did he say when you gave him this input?
He said that he really liked that because he had never heard that before. And, when I explained it to him, he's like, it makes perfect sense. He goes, I think that's really cool. And I was like, oh,
Nice.
that was cool. I
Yeah.
was like, so Professor Maslanka was like,
You got a
know,
praise from
right. Well, and he thought it was interesting because, he said, I've always heard in colors, but when you explained it that way, yeah, I can see it. And, that piece, like I said, just has a lot of meaning to me. And
Right.
I felt so grateful to my conducting professor for taking the chance to do that, because that is not an easy piece. It's hard.
It was a little beyond the league at the moment, would you say?
Oh no. Well, in high school we had a phenomenal high school band program.
Oh, okay.
And my band director always loved to push the limits,
Okay.
because that is definitely college band level, but can be executed, but it just really depends on the level of the group. So I've gotten the chance to play it and conduct it, and it's just a fantastic piece. And I really wanted to share it with you because
Thank you.
that
Wow,
is,
no.
I talked about it last time, and I think it's definitely worthy of, at least in my book, of a listen.
Oh no, it definitely is. It
So.
definitely is, and it actually goes with that you take it from colors to places, to a travel, to a trip. I think it even goes back to what he was explaining when he got to create it, because he felt the disdain, the loss of the African continent, the African people, and this devastation that they feel. And I imagine you're going out of your zone, of your places where you live, and to this new world. In this case, it was America, I guess, but it was by the time that they were explaining this. Crap. I mean, like, you don't know, you were happy in your own place, and now you're living through all this,
Oh yeah.
going, let's say, America, and it's way different.
Right.
Way different, the loss that they must feel.
And I think that's clearly captured in the piece. Like, you can feel it, and that's where, like I said, that hope aspect. That's why I really like this piece, because even when things seem like they're 100% against you, and I think I mentioned last time I was on the, no problem. In case you're wondering, it's after, like, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah.
But we wound up looking at this from the perspective of, how do we move past the pain?
Right.
How do we look at things and find the hope? And that's where I think this piece has such meaning and value to those who are looking at and facing situations. Because like I said before, back to what I was saying, I myself have gone through some horrific stuff. And you know what's funny? Every time I listen to this piece, because it's my piece that I turn to when I need hope.
Oh, look at that.
So
since 2005, you actually been with this piece,
mm-hmm.
going in and out of your life every
Yep.
once in a while. We're talking what, 16 years now?
16 years.
Wow.
16 years I've been with this piece, and almost we'll be coming up on 17 soon.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a great.
You could say it's
piece.
part of the soundtrack of your life.
It definitely is. Definitely one of the top 5.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes me question: are there other in the top 5 still instrumental pieces like these, or?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
No, they are. So what I've done is I've actually selected 10 pieces that are instrumental, that are non-instrumental, and I have 10 songs that I would say are my songs.
Okay. This kind of reminds me of the other podcast because we tend to do a bunch of episodes of
Yeah,
top 10s and top 5s and
We
tops. Yeah.
we do. So
Okay.
yeah, but maybe that's something we can do in the next season, or
Oh yeah.
down the road.
Yeah. I would like to know that top 5 of different lists that you have.
Oh,
Hmm.
I think it would be good to do that one.
Yeah. Yeah. I wanna say that I feel happy, intrigued, and relieved that we got to know each other about 10 months ago
Yeah.
through the internet.
Yeah. 10, 11 months. Yeah.
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 It was since December, November.
Oh yeah.
And it is amazing the power of the internet.
Mm-hmm.
I had no experience in podcasts. I don't know about you.
No,
Not really.
I've helped people do them, but I've not done them myself.
Okay.
So yeah.
And we decided to go in a very specific market. In this
You
case.
could say that.
Yeah. I mean, it's video games. Then you go into video games, and you could go different genres. Then you go into different genres, and we can go only one franchise. And then we go to Sonic. I, for a moment, thought, I'll be honest, how long can I really talk about Sonic? People that know me, they will say a lot. And now I can tell you even more. Because we have over 40 episodes, maybe, recorded.
We are, like I said, coming up on a year of, this thing. I mean, it started as a bunch of, crazy people who met on the internet and decided, we're going to do
talk
this
Sonic.
podcast. And
Yeah.
I'll never forget that first episode. It was so, it was rough.
Yeah.
But it was funny.
Yeah.
Because now you see the progression, you see the dynamics, you see how the team is really fleshed out. Because honestly, I think some of us probably were thinking, how long is it going to last?
Right.
And now
or,
we've got,
for example, my part was like, am I really gonna let all my personality, myself, go out? Because, well, you know me, and people who've been here know me. I have some kind of personality.
Yes, he does.
And it's difficult when you're meeting people to go all out.
Right. Right.
Talking by experience. I have
Yep.
done that before.
Yep.
I don't tend to have a good first impression. And friends of mine, family members, they were like, I mean, we're happy that you're doing a podcast, but it doesn't feel you.
I remember your first episode
Okay.
and how calm and cool and collect you were.
And
then I
political.
think oh yeah. Well, and then I think about the one that the live that you and I just did not long ago.
Oh my god.
And I think about how
10 months can do something.
yes. That was something else entirely.
This is man. It's impressive.
It's scary but
Yeah.
fun
Oh,
all
yeah.
at once.
It's
It's like a roller coaster. You're terrified of it, but you have such a blast that you want to keep doing
Yeah.
it.
so true, and I appreciate that, and I think it's amazing that we had the opportunity to create that podcast to grow that podcast, and that led me to Musiccast. Julie the Hedgehog Zone
Yeah.
is a little incentive
Yep.
that made me go, yeah, you can do your own shit. Go.
And there you are.
And here I am, and here you are.
Season finale.
Oh yeah,
Can you believe it?
it's amazing. It's
Oh.
my cat is asleep, and he's even blocking his eyes for light.
Oh my goodness. Look at that.
He's like, I don't want light. And anyway,
Wait.
yeah. Sorry, I got distracted, guys. It's 1 a.m. As we're recording this. I'm sorry for my hair. And yeah, we're going with the Spanish episodes now, and
That's awesome.
second season is starting to plan real soon.
What about German?
My German is not really good.
Ah,
Yeah.
maybe one day.
Maybe one day. Who knows? Who knows? Well, this is the season finale, guys. We'll be off probably for a couple of weeks. 2, I don't think 3, maybe tops. I don't think too much, because we want to plan. We want to have great content for you. But I'll do a separate audio and video for this. What about you? We're going to the last part of the season finale. How can I find you? What are your other projects? I know you have said this before,
Yeah,
but you're going through major things in your life. You're in Miami,
yeah.
man.
I am. You know, if you'd like to, find me, you could find me on the Hedgehog Zone. I'm, generally leading those podcasts in addition to many of the lives that we're doing. I also, help out with some other podcasts, the College Solvers and the Poke Trainers podcasts.
Yeah, the fucking trainer.
Those ones, I think Hedgehog Zone has taken over podcast duties, given my other extensive projects and whatnot that I work on for work and, with school, working my way through finishing my doctorate. That's why I'm here in Miami. So, but a lot of crazy things going on, but a lot of great things too.
Nice.
So, we go with how life is going in that moment, and hope that we can continue on the good things, but prepare for things that we may have to capture those good things to help us get through them. So.
Oh yeah, we will. Now that you mentioned so much the Hedgehog Zone, and we actually mentioned, I'm thinking that if some listeners go over there and watch the last few episodes, especially the last thing that we just did, they'll be like, is this the same guy from Musiccast? Because let me tell you, it's me. I mean, I'm here. This is me. You know me already. But over there, I'm a little bit extra me.
Extra with a dose of, that Cuban coffee, the shots. But, not just one. We're talking, 20-something of them all at once, back to back to back.
Yeah.
Be prepared.
A little extra. Yeah. A Miami extra version of me. It's in the Hedgehog Zone, but thank you, my friend. Thank you for being here. I think it was the perfect way to finish.
I'm honored. It was great.
The season finale. Guys, I'll see you very soon. Please subscribe, be there, follow Huston, and check his projects because he's awesome, and you'll find me there. And some other of my personalities, apparently.
Something like 7 or 8 of them.
Yeah, it's a work in progress. Take care, guys. See you next season. Bye.
Bye.